In today's video, we are getting sweet, baby. That's a sweet potato casserole right in time for Thanksgiving. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of More Seasoning. I'm your host, Farnum, and today is sweet. You ask why? Because we're making some sweet potato casserole. It's gonna be incredible. You're gonna pull up on your family just in time for Thanksgiving and stunt on them with this incredible casserole. Hey, before we jump into that though, please scroll down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit me in the comments. I'm always down there like,
what's up? Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Happy Thanksgiving.
Right? Hey, we got butternut squash soup on the channel, our cheesy scalloped potatoes. We're about to do a Thanksgiving sides, a turkey, macaroni. I'm gonna take care of you guys, but we gotta hit this B-roll first. Let's go. All right, the ingredients for the sweet potato casserole are, we're using 4 sweet potatoes, like medium size, room temperature eggs, cinnamon is the winner mon, allspice, vanilla extract, a whole nutmeg, little splash of heavy cream, some unsalted butter. Y'all heard that airplane? Jet puffed marshmallows, the little ones. Not white, but brown sugar. Some pecans, they didn't have whole pecans. These came chopped. We gotta chop them anyway. And some flour. All right, so right here, I'm not asking you to hit the gym, but we do need to exercise some patience because in order to make this sweet potato casserole incredible, we're going to have to bake our sweet potatoes down just a little bit. And right now, I'm just making some steam vents in it. That way it cooks all the way through. So I'm just taking a knife and just popping it in a few times, okay? Don't take out a finger or a cuticle. And then we're just gonna wrap these up in aluminum foil. Did you hear that? These are holy sweet potatoes now. They're covered, they've been stabbed, poked, prodded, they're good to go. Now, normally, when I bake these, I usually hit them with a little coat of oil, but I'm running low, so we're just gonna do them dry today, and hopefully that's okay. I think we'll be fine. So we just pop them on a little bit of aluminum foil. We're gonna gently roll, and then we're just gonna fold those sides over so it's nice, snug, and tight. And we'll be right back. Like Christmas, once you got everything all wrapped up, we're gonna go into the oven 400 for about 40, 45 minutes, or until you could stick a fork through these things with no problem. Let's pop it in. Okay, so you might be like, what the hell do I do while the potatoes are in the oven? We're gonna make the crumble that goes on top. It's gonna be incredible, and we do have to hit the stove real quick, so let's go melt some butter. Now with this mic, I might look like Bob Barker on The Price is Right, but it's gonna be a lot more simple than that. Check it out. We just got our butter on a low heat into a small pan, and we're gonna melt that real slow. Don't burn your butter. We'll be back. All right, so we're back over here. We got our butter melted. We'll bring it here in a second. Now check me out. We're gonna make a nice, it's gonna be a crispy, crunchy, amazing, sweet topping for this casserole. We're gonna start with 1 cup of packed brown sugar. Then we're gonna go in with a 1/3 cup of flour. I actually didn't pack that one, but that was packed in there. Next, we gotta grab some pecans. Now, if you don't have chopped pecans, actually, I'm gonna chop these up a little bit more. Look at this. So I wanna do about, that's about a cup right there. Let's do a 1.5 cups of pecans. And then I'm gonna grab a knife and we'll fine chop. All right, now that we got our pecans even more chopped up, we're just gonna scoop them up. You know the vibes, into the bowl. And it's not a Thanksgiving dish unless we got some cinnamon. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've never actually measured this out. I kinda eyeball this every time I make it. So we'll call it about 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. And now all we gotta do is grab our butter. And again, I never measured this either, but I'm gonna say we're gonna put about 1/2 stick to 3/4 of the melted butter in here. Butter me up, baby, we're going in. So that's about 3/4 of the stick right there. And now all we're gonna do is we're gonna take a fork and we're just gonna press this all together into a nice little streusel-esque topping. All right, so if you take a look at this, our brown sugar to pecan ratio, and that's right, I did say pecan. Jacqueline, I say pecan, you could say pecan or whatever y'all be saying. It's pecan. So obviously we could use a little bit more of the nuts, so we're gonna pop those in. And also we're gonna need a little bit more of that butter. So we're probably gonna use most of the butter right now. Be right back. All right, here we go. We're pouring it in. We're using about 90% of that butter. We can use the other 10% to grease our pan. Now we're just gonna fold and press everything in just like we did earlier. And we should have some nice, perfect crumbly bits. All right, and this is the exact texture we're looking for. You see how everything kind of came together into like this crumbliness? That's exactly what we're looking for. Now, the only thing I'm gonna taste for right now is my cinnamon level, because I love cinnamon personally. I could just eat that by itself, so. Oh my God, that tastes incredible. I am gonna add a little bit more cinnamon though, probably another 1/2 teaspoon, it'll be fire. All right, so it's been 45 minutes. Now we're gonna see if these are very easily pierceable. So here we go. That slides through. I feel like these could actually go in for another 10 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Let's throw them back in, 10 more minutes. All right, so we ended up doing 55 minutes. Now we're gonna go ahead and do a test, see if they're soft all the way through. And they are, pokes right through, pokes right through. So these are gonna be extremely hot. So what you're gonna wanna do is you can just do a slice, and you're gonna wanna do this with a glove, or you're literally gonna fry your hand off. Okay, so all you do, watch this, is do a nice slice through the middle, and then you squeeze, and that's gonna help that cool off. And then what we're gonna do is rice these or mash these into our casserole base. We're gonna let them cool off though, 5 minutes. All right, so as you can see, we've let them cool off a little bit. If they're cooked all the way, check this out. Look. The skin will just pop right off. No need to peel, no need to do none of that excess stuff. All right, now you can either cut these up, throw them in here and mash them up. Me personally, I got a little ricer that I always use for my mashed potatoes. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take chunks of the sweet potato, and then ideally, I've never done this before, but if I give this a little squeeze, oh, perfect. That's exactly what we want. Look at that, perfect. And then we're just gonna repeat. All right, so we got our potatoes riced. This means once we put everything in, it'll be very easy to just mix up. We're gonna go 1 cup of brown sugar, and then we're gonna do a stick of unsalted butter. Pop that in there. And we're gonna give that a nice mix and just fold that in. All right, now we gotta add a few things to this, okay? So the first, I like a little bit of crunch in my actual sweet potatoes because you're not gonna get the crust on every bite, but I still enjoy a little bit of crunch with all the softness. So I just sprinkle in a little more of those chopped pecans. I said pecan and not pecan. Next, we're gonna do about a teaspoon or so of some vanilla extract. We're just gonna eyeball it. Then cinnamon. Again, I'm a cinnamon guy, so I'm gonna probably do about a tablespoon of cinnamon in here. It's a lot of sweet potatoes. Next, we're gonna go allspice. Now, allspice, oh, it's just like very warm, very harvesty. So I'm gonna add a little bit of allspice. A little of this goes a long way. So that's about half a teaspoon. And then we got our whole nuts right here, baby. Whole nutmeg. What I like to do with the nutmeg is I just take them on a microplane, and there's nothing like some fresh nutmeg. And I just give it a nice, generous zesting of it. You don't have to go too far. A little of this does go a very long way. And then almost lastly, I've got some heavy whipping cream. I'm just gonna put a little drizzle of it in there, just like so. Nice pinch of salt in there, some seasoning. Okay, now we're gonna mix this all together, and then we're gonna taste it. All right, now we're gonna go for a light taste real quick. We just wanna preview what this is, see if we need anything else. That's incredible. Low key, doesn't need anything else except a little bit of salt, just because that sweetness is there and our crust is gonna be sweet. So I do want a little bit of counter saltiness to it. So I'll mix that in. And the last thing we got is some eggs, okay? We gotta take care of these eggs. So I'll be right back. Bam, now we're going in with a couple eggs. And the reason why we tasted before this is because, well, we don't wanna eat raw eggs. You see that in there? I'm gonna show you a little secret, ready? All we do is we take our egg shell, zip, and it'll pull any bits of the eggshell out. Once you got those eggs, I want you to pop those yolks, and we're gonna beat these real quick. Let's go. Okay, so this is seasoned perfectly. We love it, right? Now we're gonna add some beaten egg because this is basically gonna give it like a little souffle vibe. So it's just gonna kind of rise a little bit. It's gonna bring that texture together while it cooks in the oven. Get all that egg out just like that. And again, we can just kind of like fold this in. Once it's mixed, we can just give it a nice little whisk. And ladies and gentlemen, we're at the place. Let's hope that we got enough to fill up this pan. Sweet potato base into our casserole dish. I should have greased it. So ideally, maybe you wanna use 5 sweet potatoes, add a pinch more on all of our seasonings, but this also will rise, I'm thinking, a little bit from the egg. I usually use a different dish, that's why I'm not sure what we're gonna end up with, but all I know is it's gonna taste amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle our crumble across the top. Beautiful, just like that. Oh wow, this is gonna be so good. Let's cover every square inch. Come on, and we can just kind of go in with our hands, break the big pieces up. All right, we've got everything covered, and no, we're not gonna add the marshmallows yet. We're gonna add them in about halfway through. So right now, we're gonna pop this in at 350. If we want everything to get nice and toasty and lightly browned on top, let's go. Okay, so this just came out of the oven, and I'm not kidding. Even Jamari, who doesn't like sweet potatoes, was like, oh my God, that smells amazing. This smells and looks incredible. Now you can leave it just like this, but if you wanna take it the extra mile, I'm gonna show you how to take it the extra mile. It looks good too for presentation. So we're just gonna do a cool little design with some of these marshmallows. Just so y'all know, I actually baked this for 30 minutes. I was gonna put the marshmallows on halfway, but I figured we would get this as crispy as we could. Now I got the marshmallows on. Do whatever design you want. Just make sure you don't do the whole thing because not everybody's gonna want the extra sweetness. We're gonna pop it in, middle rack, high on the broiler, and just watch those marshmallows get nice and brown. All right, here we go. It is time for the taste test. We have got our sweet potato. Look, oh my God, watch, look, ready? Oh, come on. Is it a dessert? Who knows? All I know is that we're about to go in with this taste test. 3, 2, 1. Hey, yo, this right here, holy this is incredible. I was worried the marshmallows might have made it too sweet, but it's perfect. That sweet potato underneath is perfectly seasoned. The crispy crust on top, oh, it's magical. I don't know if it's dessert. I don't know, but it is incredible. Hey, on a star scale, 5 out of 5 stars for this. A fire sweet potato casserole. Please make this for Thanksgiving. It is so simple, and it'll knock everybody's socks off. Hey, if you're still watching, please scroll down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop a comment below. I'm always down there. I wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving. We got more recipes to come before Turkey Day. My name is Farnum. This is More Seasoning. This is some incredible sweet potato casserole, and we out.